Hello. Welcome to kind of a series of little videos that I'm going to put together for Paint Along with Rob. Obviously, I'm Rob, and so this will hopefully cover some of the things that we talked about on the Thursday session, so this can be people to just refer back to, or people who didn't make it. So right, what we have and what you all have been received now are the miniatures, and the miniatures are mounted horseman gaming pieces for a game called A Song of Ice and Fire. And that is the basically Game of Thrones game that a company called Cool Mini or Not produce, and Models for Heroes had some boxes of these donated, and the idea is that we're all going to paint them, and I'm going to show you some things that I do when I paint miniatures. So yes, this is the one that I was using on Thursday night, and I'm pretty much ready to give him a coat of primer. This bit isn't about priming, but I have two because I need to video and show you things that I have fixed up on the other one. So the models are presented already on a base. They are already assembled. If you look carefully, you'll be able to see that. If I zoom in slightly, I've got a pointy thing for this purpose. That arm has been attached in the production line. You've got a join here. In fact, that leg or that side was part of the assembly, which gives us I think that there's a gap or a join down the back here, and most inconveniently going up the back to the waist. So it could well be that the upper torso was separate as well, but I don't know for sure. Forgive the little bits of gloop in there. That was during part of a demo on Thursday. And because they're not on a sprue, you can't really work out exactly where the mould lines are. Now, personally, you don't have to do any of this. You can just paint it as it comes, but I like to have a smooth surface. A horse doesn't have a line down there. I like to fill that or clean that up and fill it in to make it a nicer, smoother surface to paint on. And also you get seam lines that you would get in a regular model kit, a regular plastic model kit, and going to try and remove those as well. One thing that is worth pointing out is that this plastic has a slight softness to it, and you can see there, and doesn't file or carve quite as well as, say, a Games Workshop miniature or a Tamiya kit and things like that. It's a little bit softer than that, so it's trickier to do some of these tasks of removing some of these seams. But we can see, let's see if we can see where some of these seams are. I think there are a number of different versions. Obviously, I've got two different versions of this particular figure. They should look quite cool when they're painted and stood together. There are archers that I know some of you have got. So there's quite a few variations amongst you all. So you might not have exactly what I have here. But yes, you'll be able to see that most will have some of these features in similar places. there will often be a seam line going up the side of the body, up the side of the head. You can see the same here. Some will, it's probably luck of the draw. Some will be more obvious than others. It might be trickier to remove because it's more more obvious. Excuse me, I think I've developed a bit of a cold, so my voice is a little bit husky. There's a mould line up the back there. Can't quite see it on the front. I did have it on as up the back on here. On this figure, it was up the side of the leg, so the exact positions can vary. But look at it's usually on an axis kind of thing. You might get it on the front of the horse. But if anything, we're lucky that it doesn't go down the front of the face on these guys, because it's going to make painting the face easier when we get to that. But there are some, depending, it's hard to see in the light. You can see I've had a little look at, there's one coming up the back of the legs, and this one isn't as bad. But the idea is we're going to remove that. Now, I'm going to try and keep these short, so this is nearly 6-7 minutes. I'm going to pause here and have a drink, and then come back to actually doing stuff. Okay, thank you very much.